Good morning from Charlotte. I'm James Brierton for the Carolina Weather Group with your Thursday morning update on our historic winter storm. It has the potential here for especially folks in higher elevations to be a once-in-a-generation storm. That's according to the National Weather Service in their weather briefing here, because we could be seeing a significant amount of snow in some areas. We're going to have our snowfall accumulation map for you in just a second, but as you look at the future cast here, you can see we have a lot of precipitation, and a lot of it is frozen coming through the area over the course of the weekend. So who is it that needs to be preparing today for this storm? If you live anywhere in North Carolina from Interstate 77 to the west, through the foothills into the mountains, you need to be preparing for a high-impact winter weather event that will begin Saturday night, continue through Sunday. It won't be out of here until Monday is all said and done. If you're watching anywhere along this Interstate I-85 corridor, so this is going to be the Charlotte-Mecklenburg area, this is going to be Greenville, Spartanburg, even as far to the east as Greensboro and into the Triangle and Triad areas, you too should be preparing because you could be impacted by this winter storm at times as well too. We even have some coastal effects we'll be telling you about in just a moment, but as we continue to focus on the winter weather here, in the higher elevations we're talking about all snow, again beginning Saturday night through Sunday and continuing through portions of Monday. As you make your way into the I-85 corridor, this right here is always the big question mark, and it will continue to be the question mark for this storm because we're going to get the mixing of cold air and some warmer air, and so we're going to get a little bit of this back and forth. It's going to change from snow to rain to snow and rain, and even that wintry mix, that sleeting in between is possible as well too. So here it is, our first look at our snowfall accumulation forecast here from the Carolina Weather Group. If you're watching from the higher elevations, so Asheville, Boone, Blowing Rock, you could be seeing more than a foot of snow, maybe 12, 16, maybe pushing 2 feet of snowfall accumulations in some isolated spots by the time this is all said and done on Monday. If you're watching from Bryson City, along the Interstate 40 corridor in Morganton, you could be seeing 8 to 12 inches of snow. As we make our way a little bit further south, and now talking about the upstate of South Carolina, back into Cleveland, North Carolina, and even towards Iredell and Statesville, 6 to 8 inches of snow. And making our way into the Charlotte-Mecklenburg area, our preliminary look here at about 4 to 6 inches of snow. You know, Mecklenburg gets a lot of attention, and I want to reiterate this point here because it really demonstrates what we will be facing all along the I-85 corridor, is you could be seeing 8 inches of snow in northern Mecklenburg County, but by the time you get to southern Mecklenburg County and begin to cross that border to South Carolina, you could maybe be seeing 3 inches of snow, if that. So there could be this spread of accumulations here, and we could be seeing isolated pockets of higher amounts as well too. It all depends on how that cold air and warm air will set up. We could be seeing trace amounts of snowfall accumulations even in parts of the Midlands, and so again, we want to reiterate, this is our first look at snowfall accumulation forecast as of Thursday morning. This is subject to change as more data becomes available. Let's reset, look at that big picture. We've got that cold air coming in from Canada. It's going to be marching to the east. It's going to be interacting with the moisture. It's all associated with this low pressure that's coming onshore off the Pacific. That too is going to be marching to the east, and these two things will get together along the eastern seaboard to bring us our storm this weekend. We've been showing you this graphic for several days now, and credit to Brad Panovich here in Charlotte at WCNC because this still is the scenario. If we fast forward to about the Thursday time frame, we've got a couple different paths that this low pressure can take. If it goes further to the south, we're talking about more snow for more people. If it goes further to the north, we're talking about more rain for more people. Why is that? Atmospheric tug-of-war. So let's look at this one snapshot here. If we put the center of the storm, this is all that moisture, over the panhandle of Florida, and then we're looking at all the cold air, that's the high pressure up here. The high pressure is going to continue to try to push as far south as it can. So if this low goes a little bit further south, maybe towards Tampa, that gives the high pressure that much further that it can march south, thus influencing more cold air into the region, and so our rain snow line would thus move a little bit further south as well too. Let's talk a little bit about the different types of precipitation we could see. Of course, we have snow. We also are going to have sleet. So this is going to be liquid rain that refreezes on its way down through the atmosphere and begins to fall as ice pellets. We also have freezing rain that when you look outside is going to look like liquid rain because it is liquid rain, but then it hits that cold surface and refreezes. So even if it's not snowing, you may be advised to stay indoors this weekend because traveling in some areas could be pretty icy and pretty dangerous as well too. And so that's when we're looking looking at the future cast here, we're looking at not only the blue snow and the green rain, but we're looking at these yellows and purples in between too, and that's that wintry mix. That's the combination of sleet and ice working its way through here, and you can see that in certain areas, you're not necessarily going to see all rain or all snow. You're going to see a changeover back and forth too. So as temperatures climb in the afternoon, your snow may turn to rain, and then as temperatures drop in the afternoon, it may then turn from rain back to snow. I want to let you know this is the GFS model. We have several models that we're looking at here. I want to let it play through. So here is Saturday, and as we head into Sunday, we're beginning to see a lot of that snow setting up, and then on Monday, it continues to stick around, and we could still be talking about more fresh snowfall accumulation, not only across western North Carolina, but even portions of the South Carolina upstate as we look ahead to the beginning of your work week and school week on Monday. Play it through one more time, and now I want to talk about the coast, where you're going to be getting a lot of rain. No winter weather for you, but take a look as that low pressure begins to move off coast here. See those isobars that are really close together there, those contour lines? That is a pretty strong low pressure center. So we're going to be talking not only about a lot of rain, but flooding and beach erosion potential for you too. So this is really a two-state, region-wide impacting event this weekend that again begins Saturday night, continues through Sunday, and will be continuing to impact us on Monday, which is why you're going to want to stay tuned right here to the Carolina Weather Group with updates on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And don't forget, you can also subscribe to us on your favorite podcast platform. So if you do find yourself in a situation this weekend where you don't have power, electricity, or a lot of internet, you can turn to our audio-only updates for updates on the storm. For now, I'm James Brierton in Charlotte. We'll see you back here as news warrants.